So finally, we got some more information on the Microsoft E3 event. You guys all know that E3 is a big thing for us gamers, especially as hardcore gamers. We tune into this every year to really find out what's going to happen with every brand, every platform holder, and it looks like Microsoft has finally told us our date. And they've teased us a little bit on what might be there at the event. But before we get on with the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. And don't forget to go over there and follow me at Twitter at LordAddictILP. Without any further ado, let's talk about E3. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Ad here, coming at you for another video. We're going to be talking about E3. I know a lot of you, including myself, always get hyped for E3. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been wondering one thing. When is Microsoft going to have their event? Normally, here the past few years, they've went on a Sunday, especially during the times where E3 was up and running. This year, it's going to be a digital event, so it was always up in the air on when they would lock this event down. But they finally did that. And they even showed us a little bit of artwork that's promoting E3 for them. And it looks like that might have a little bit of a hint on what is going to be shown at E3. Let's go ahead and break that down here in a minute. But before we get to that promotion, let's talk about a little bit on what was published on Xbox Wire that actually announced this event and what they said. Today, we are thrilled to announce that Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will stream on June the 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific. The show will be focused on games from the Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda, and many game creates from our partners around the world. You told us how excited you are about the welcoming of Bethesda into the family, so we know you're going to want a front row seat to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. A 90-minute show packed with everything you want to know about the epic gaming lineup coming out of this partnership. The incredible games coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases on Xbox Game Pass, and more. First thing I want to bring up is the fact that it is going to be Xbox and Bethesda. I know there's a lot of speculation out there that they might have their own individual showcases, but they are coming together and making just one, and it's going to be 90 minutes long, which is interesting. The fact that it's going to be that long kind of makes me feel like it's going to be one of those scenarios where they're going to open up with Microsoft games, and there's probably going to be a section towards the end of the conference, or whatever they want to call this, because I know it's not technically a conference, the end of this video showing, you know, all the Bethesda stuff that they have lined up for us, and they're probably going to end it with Starfield, and that's just me throwing that kind of randomization out there. I don't know what they're going to begin or end this with, but that's not even really necessary at this point. Let's talk about the image that was shown with this. Now I'm gonna bring it up on the screen so we can look at this together. Bam. Okay, here we go. Now, if you look at here, let's look at every little thing that's on this artwork, because I think they left us a little bit of stuff in here. Now, I want you to look at the top of this. It is not Master Chief, it's not Locke, it is the people from Halo Reach, which is interesting as it is. And to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that's Noble Six at the front of that, and I can't really remember the rest of the people's names, but I think it's interesting that they are in this instead of Master Chief and maybe Locke or anyone else that would be in Halo Infinite. So I want to bring that up a little bit. Maybe there'll be cosmetics in Halo Infinite with these kind of characters and these kind of personas, but I don't necessarily think that. I think there's more to it than that, but I really couldn't honestly tell you guys. Maybe they're just using it to promote Halo, but to me, if you're going to promote Halo, they could have put Cortana up there, they could have put Master Chief, Atrioc. There is plenty of people that they could have put at the top of this that is not what is here. So that's what I really want to point out. Now, if you look at a little bit to the left, you'll see 2002, 2003, 2004. I don't know what that's about. I'm not going to put too much thought into that because numbers could mean anything. I saw people speculating on Twitter that maybe it means the counting up to the years of E3 till now. I don't really think that's it. I think those numbers significant to something. Maybe it's not years that they've been around. Maybe it's years of, you know, special games that came out. I don't know. But all I know is it's weird that they are in there. And then we're going to look at the VIP of this entire image, the bottom left. that little space that looks like some type of planet, and that, my friends, is the planet that's been in the Starfield trailer that we seen all those years ago. So that's pretty much confirming right there that Starfield's going to have a heavy presence in this franchise. And I think it's really interesting the fact that if you look up there, you see Halo Reach's people for some reason. And it's like I said, I could definitely be reading that wrong, but to me, that's Halo Reach's people. And then you see down there Starfield. So like I said, with the Halo Reach characters, why are they there? They could have picked anyone else, but they picked them people for some reason. And obviously we know Starfield's gonna be at this thing, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be an exclusive. And I actually have a theory on that, but I'm gonna save that for my prediction video for next week. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see that, because I'm gonna take a little bit of time, a little extra time, and make sure that video is to the best quality that I could possibly make. Now let's talk a little bit about the show itself. It's gonna be 90 minutes, so I feel like there's gonna be a lot of good stuff here, as long as they don't have too much fluff. If they have too much fluff, then maybe it's gonna look a little spooky, but 90 minutes is a really good amount of time. I think we'll probably see an hour of Microsoft and 30 minutes of Bethesda. It's just curious on if they're going to show all of Bethesda's time with Starfield and show like a 20-minute gameplay, maybe 10-minute gameplay, or they're just gonna show you maybe a CGI cutscene sprinkled with some gameplay into the Starfield trailer, and they're gonna show a little bit more as Bethesda games in there with Starfield. So it's kind of curious exactly what they're going to do here. Or maybe they show a little less Xbox Studio stuff, because we know a lot of those games aren't necessarily ready here anytime soon, and they show more Bethesda games. There's a lot of different scenarios that could happen here. I personally am hyped for this event. I think that this event is going to mean a lot to Microsoft in terms of what they show here, and more particularly how Halo looks here. But look for more of that in my upcoming Xbox prediction video I'll be having out next week. But anyway, I'm really excited for this event. I think all of you should be excited for this event. Now, I'm not going to say temper your expectations or anything like that, but I do feel like you need to keep things realistic. Don't expect to come into this thinking you're going to see mad acquisitions if you even see one. And don't come into this event expecting to see new IP after new IP. You can expect anything you want. I'm just trying to tell you, maybe we should be a little realistic, and that's just my opinion. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. What is your expectations coming into this event? Mine is, I'm about, 60% there. I want to keep things realistic and not try to overhype myself too much. But I do know that, but I am onto that point where, look, man, we have to actually demand stuff from Microsoft. And for that, I really do think that they should at least be showing us gameplay of titles that they've already announced by now. I don't know if any of that stuff's ready, but regardless if it's ready or not, I do think a lot of people are expecting to see some form of gameplay on games like Avowed, Hellblade. Now, if any of that's going to be there, that's all up in the air, but I do think people expect to see some of the gameplay from these games there. But, like I said, put in the comment section below, what do you guys hype for if you do see here? And once again, do you guys think that we should be hyped for this, or do you think we should be realistic about what we expect at this event? Definitely put all that in the comment section below. This is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.